Hello, my name is Kim, and welcome to A Timeless Reading, where we are going to find out what sour situation is about to turn sweet. In other words, what situation is about to look up or turn around for the better. Now, this reading is inspired by the candy Sour Patch Kids, which I have never tasted myself, but if you are familiar with this candy, then you know that their thing is that first they're sour and then they're sweet. So there are 3 different Sour Patch Kids to choose from: the orange Sour Patch Kid, the blue Sour Patch Kid, and the red Sour Patch Kid. Please take a moment to meditate on the options, and whichever Sour Patch Kid you are drawn to the most, or whichever gummy is your favorite if you do snack on these candies from time to time, will be the group with the reading meant for you. And once you have selected, head on over to either the description box or the pinned comment in the comment section down below to find the timestamps that will allow you to skip ahead to your selected group. And if you are ready, then let us get started. Let's go! Hello, if you were drawn to the orange Sour Patch Kid, bienvenidos to your reading. So when meditating on the energy of this group, the message "we work till dawn" came to mind. And I did note that my awareness went to my lower belly, where the sacral chakra is said to be. And the sacral chakra is an energy center that is associated with feminine energy, with creativity, sensuality, sexuality, passion. So I am picking up on fatigue. I am picking up on a desire to heal, a desire to slow down, to rest, and to receive. I feel like a lot of you, if you are resonating with these messages, if you are resonating with this group, are sensing that it is time. It is time to receive. It is time to be blessed with the reassurance that if you do decide to take it slow, you will not be punished for it. You will not find yourself needing to catch up later on when you decide to pick up the pace. I heard in my mind, I want to be able to cruise the vista without a worry in my mind, without worrying about tomorrow, without feeling like I'm doing something wrong or I don't have every right to do so. Okay, but this is what is coming through so far. So I'm going to set this Sour Patch Kid to the side, and I'm going to begin drawing out the cards. Oh, interesting that my attention was drawn to the sacral chakra. Maybe that's why my attention was drawn to the sacral chakra, because the sacral chakra is often associated with the color orange. And it is the orange Sour Patch Kid that you were drawn to. So currently or very soon, you might be healing, mending your sacral chakra, or, oh, I heard through you experiencing liberation, freedom, your sacral chakra will be able to breathe. I wonder if there has been inhibition. I just thought of the song Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield, more specifically that line that goes, "Release your inhibitions." So if you have felt repressed or found yourself repressing maybe your emotions, but also your creativity, your passion, your enthusiasm, maybe lately you have been needing to prioritize work, prioritize the hustle and the bustle, in order to get by, in order to get through challenging times or financial struggles possibly, or there has been a lot of expectations that have been making it difficult for you to simply be yourself, live freely, or feel free to explore whatever it is that you feel a desire to explore or try and so forth. Yeah, if that is the case, if that resonates with you, this could be what is changing, right? Which is you releasing your inhibitions, you no longer needing to repress or finding yourself repressing your creative, passionate energy, your emotions, or your passions, your yearnings, your longings, yourself. But let us see what comes through via the card. And we have the Four of Cups. Okay, I want to draw out one more card. And the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, so the Four of Cups can indicate dissatisfaction, disillusionment, and the Eight of Pentacles can sometimes indicate a hustling energy, right? The Eight of Pentacles speaks of someone who is dedicating a lot of their time and energy into improving their skills, mastering a craft, or building a solid reputation in their respective career fields, at work, in an industry. So I wonder if there is currently a dissatisfaction with work. If you are feeling unfulfilled with your work, your chosen career path, maybe be a major that you have chosen if you're currently students, or if it's not with your career, if it's not with your profession, it could be with the outcomes, the results that you are receiving in your respective career or work fields. You may be tired of working relentlessly, working till dawn, putting in so much effort and not receiving or seeing the results that you've been working towards to or working for. This could be a situation in which you have been practicing and studying nonstop, and yet you're not at a level that you desire to be, or maybe you haven't received the recognition or the praise that merits the effort you've put into practicing, into bettering your skills or improving your craft, becoming better at your craft. I get this feeling with the Four of Cups and Eight of Pentacles of it not being enough. So I'm not sure if it's you who feels like something is not enough, like it's not really giving, or maybe this is the kind of expectation that has been placing a lot of pressure on you, this idea that something is not enough, what you're doing is not enough. Maybe you work with certain individuals, or you work in an industry that is very demanding, right? That is never quite pleased with what they receive, what they see. Maybe you work in an industry that is very saturated, so there is a lot of competition. There's always something new. And that makes it feel like whatever you're doing currently is not enough. You always need to be improving. You always need to be coming up with something new, something fresh. You always need to be up to date, is what I'm sensing for some. But let me pull out the rest of the cards. And we have, there's more than one way to skin a cat, with the number 13, and the key phrases: breakthrough, solution, originality, receptivity, and faith. Okay. So you guys are definitely hard workers. You are someone who doesn't give in, doesn't give up too easily, even if at times you felt like giving up or calling quits. You still found it in you to keep pushing through, to keep persevering, because I sense that deep within you feel that something is about to pay off, right? Your hard work is about to pay off. You are aiming and working towards experiencing some kind of breakthrough in your career. I feel like these messages do have to do with career, line of work, profession, maybe even studies. It has to do with maybe your reputation, recognition, or like results, outcomes. With receptivity, what I'm sensing is that some of you are maybe waiting or working towards receiving a positive or welcoming reception. So as an example, if you work with clients, customers, if you share your work with the public, maybe what you're waiting is for the public to respond positively to you, or for your work to be received well. It could be your work, it could be your services. Some of you might be waiting for something to go viral, or simply for you to receive the recognition that is needed to give you a boost in your career. That could maybe garner you more positive attention or positive exposure. And then we have the Jack of Clubs with the order, number 45. And I want to read the message that is on the card here, which goes: the order denotes honor and recognition of labor, a sure sign of business success. I apologize for interrupting. I just really wanted to share with you what I spotted when editing this recording, which is the number 48. As you can see in the Jack of Clubs card, the message specifically states that when this card is near 48, it's a sure sign of business success. And interestingly enough, the tarot cards that fell out for you guys is the Four of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, 4 and 8. So the number 48 is in your spread, which further confirms that you will be experiencing success in career, success in your business, and an endeavor. I really wanted to point this out because I didn't spot it when doing the reading, and it's a really cool confirmation or synchronicity. But yeah, let's get back to the read. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of you have been working towards experiencing success in your career, right? You have been working relentlessly to make your business successful. And if so far what you have seen, what you have received in terms to outcomes, results, recognition, exposure has not been that great, right? Has not been enough to give you that boost in your career, to give your business that boost, then this is what is about to change, because I do see you experiencing success in this area of life, right? I do see you experiencing a breakthrough. And with originality, I do see you standing out from the crowd. I do see you receiving recognition for either being very original or for your work being kind of like a breath of fresh air, for maybe the way that you provide a service being so different from what is common, what is usual, and this being a good thing, because this is what is making you stand out. This is what is appealing you to the masses, to a public, to a clientele, right? Because I am picking up on a very humble energy from you guys. I'm picking up on like a go-getter, but also on someone who has a lot of faith, someone who, even if they have experienced a lot of challenges, maybe even setbacks or false starts, at the end of the day, they have hope that something will look up, that something will work, right? That maybe if right now they haven't received the recognition, it's because it isn't their time yet, but soon it will be. And so I see this humility. I'm not sure even if it's humility, but it's a very sweet, it's a very down-to-earth energy that is possibly also appealing you to the masses, or it's the very thing that is catching a lot of people off guard in a good way, because it feels very grounded, very real, very welcoming. So because this energy feels so grounded, this lets me know that you are building solid foundations, that maybe the reason something has taken so long is not because, let's say, it wasn't your time to receive your blessings, to receive the recognition, but rather because all this time you were building a solid foundation. This is a situation where you were growing, but gradually, slowly and gradually, but surely. You know, some people achieve success or breakthroughs very early in their career, and that's part of their journey, but other people, it takes some time, and it's because they're building their way up to that success. And they're building their way up to even more, because I feel like this is just the beginning. I feel like I keep seeing a mountain or a hill, and right now you're going up the hill, and sometimes that can be heavy, that can be tiresome. Gravity is working against us, but you're moving upward. And the breakthrough you're about to experience might feel like you have reached the peak of the mountain, but in reality, it's just you reaching a checkpoint on your way to the peak of the mountain. Because how it's coming through for me is that if you had reached the peak of the mountain, or if this was you reaching the peak of the mountain, that would be you peaking, right? Where do you go once you have summited a mountain? There's no way to go but down, right? But for you guys, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like this is the start of something more. Like, yes, you're experiencing success even if you haven't summited the mountain, because this is simply a milestone in this area of life for you. And if you are willing, if you are open to it, you will experience even more blessings if you decide to climb further up that mountain, right? Or you can settle here. You can settle with the blessings you will be experiencing after this turn of events. this positive turn of events, because I definitely do see you celebrating. You celebrating a breakthrough, you celebrating a milestone, or you celebrating, as this card says, recognition, honor and recognition of your labor, of your hard work. For those of you who have been, putting in a lot of practice, you have been studying to maybe obtain a certain result or outcome, or reach a level of skill, maybe even mastery, then I do see you surprising yourself. Maybe not surprising yourself, but simply celebrating that all those hours of practice, all those hours of studying have paid off. Because I do see you either moving on to the next level or mastering whatever level that you have been dedicating a lot of time and energy into. But what is this? A medallion? This medallion makes me think of awards, you receiving an award. So maybe this is about you receiving a certification, a license, a diploma, a degree, a passing grade, or literally a belt. We have this animal here. Is this a lemur? I'm not sure. With a red belt. So yeah, you could be receiving something that will be a symbol of you having mastered a level or you having moved up to the next level. I also heard of you having graduated, of you having achieved a milestone. And the number 13 is standing out to me because the 13th major arcana of the deck, of the tarot deck, is the Death card, which is the card that speaks of transformation. Also of endings, but of beginnings as well, rebirth. So yeah, this simply makes me think of you moving up, right? Of your career, if this is about your career, transforming, evolving more like. And if you have been facing problems, a lot of challenges at work, in school, on your way to mastering or developing your skills or a skill set, and these problems have been in a way holding you back or have made you question whether you should continue persevering, then what you are experiencing soon is you finding a solution to these problems or these so-called obstacles, if they feel like obstacles right now, no longer being an obstacle in your life, right? This, again, this animal in the Eight of Pentacles is making me think of whatever was a challenge to you, you're defeating it. You're overcoming it. And if you were experiencing dissatisfaction in this area of life, and again, I'm picking up on the area of life of career, line of work, profession, studies, something is about to change within this area of life that is going to completely change how you feel about and perceive this area of life. With the Four Cups, there could be something new entering your life or something new entering this area of life. It could be like an opportunity, an offer, but it feels more like an energy. So, okay, as an example, let's say if you're working a corporate job or you're working in a 9 to 5, maybe where you are working right now, it's not the best environment for you. Maybe the people who you are working with are not your sort of people, right? They do not match your vibe, or they make it a little difficult for you to love going to work, right? And so it's not necessarily that your work is bringing you this dissatisfaction, but it could be the work environment instead. And so what is changing is maybe you being moved to a different department where you will continue working on your usual projects or continue with your usual role, but the environment will end up changing, and the new environment will be a lot more to your liking. It will be the very thing that will completely change how you feel about work. It will be what will end up making going to work a lot more enjoyable for you or something to look forward to, right? Or this could be a situation where you love your career, your chosen career, but what you're currently working on, like maybe the projects that you have been taking on, have not been exactly fulfilling, right? Maybe they have been very stressful or complicated in a way that doesn't challenge you, but simply discourages you or again, stresses you. And what is about to change is you now getting projects or working on something that has a complete opposite effect on you. It could be challenging, but it's challenging in a way that stimulates you, right? That makes you want to go back to it and try to solve it or find solutions for it or simply see it through. Or it could be the same project, the same thing that you've been working on that's going to turn around for the better, that it's going to start looking up, that is going to become more exciting to you. Right? This makes me think of a book for whatever reason. Like some books, they start pretty slow, but then they pick up, right? The story becomes very engaging to the point where you find it very difficult to put the book down until you finish it, right? So that could be the case here. Maybe the start of something wasn't that engaging, wasn't that exciting. Maybe it was more stressful than challenging in a good way. And this is what is turning sweet now, because soon it will become very exciting to you, something that you look forward to getting back to or continue working on. But for a lot of you, I feel like maybe one of the reasons why you haven't been feeling as fulfilled in your career, in a line of work, with maybe an endeavor, is because you haven't been receiving recognition. There hasn't been maybe a lot of engagement, or you haven't been receiving positive results. And things change for you when you start experiencing positive results, more engagement, or positive engagement or recognition, which I see that being the case for you guys or for this group in general. Yeah, so because I mentioned at the start that a lot of you could be wanting a time to slow down, I do see you getting an opportunity to slow down, because for some of you, this could be a situation where you were working extra hard to receive something in return, right? To receive maybe a little bit of engagement, or to not, I heard to not drown. I'm not sure what that might be about, but I feel like with you now receiving or experiencing this positive attention, this recognition, you will be gaining momentum in your career. And it's this very peculiar situation where as you gain momentum, you will find yourself relaxing more, right? Because maybe now you won't feel this need to like overwork yourself or do more in order to just gain the bare minimum, because you're starting to receive like positive feedback. You're starting to receive or gain maybe see profit without you needing to go above and beyond. Yeah, because I do see some of you cutting back on your work hours, but it not affecting your salary and not affecting your revenue, profit, or your maybe popularity, your momentum in this area of life. Right? And sometimes it's the case that when we're frustrated in our career, we find ourselves working more because the frustration we are experiencing can make it a little bit more difficult for us to find solutions to problems. So we find ourselves working more to find solutions to problems, or it just makes it a little difficult for us to get in the zone, which allows for things to become at times effortless. So it could be that through you no longer feeling frustrated at work, that's when you find yourself working less because things are coming easier to you. You find it easier to get into the zone and work effortlessly or more efficiently. That could be the case for some. But for others of you, I do see this situation where you don't have to be hustling all the time. You can take it a little bit more slow, or just, I keep hearing the word average, like maybe working an average amount of hours and have enough to sustain yourself, have enough to live comfortably, or to take care of you, your basic needs, and even treat yourself or treat others to nice things, right? I feel like a lot of you will be finding a community, or you might be finding your target audience, or finding your people, maybe entering into a new environment that is going to feel a lot less stressful, that is going to be more welcoming, like welcoming to you, and completely change how you approach or perceive this area of life. The example that is coming to mind is of someone who relocates to a new and different country, and once they move into this new country, they find that the work culture in that country is completely different from the work culture back home. And the difference is so apparent and so transformative, because maybe whereas back home they felt pressure to always be working and hustling in this new country because of its different work culture, they don't feel that pressure because the work culture, it's not demanding. It doesn't maybe believe in the hustle and bustle. I wonder if that could be the situation for some of you, or that could just be serving as an example to help illustrate how things might change, how an environment, how a community can help change the way that you perceive this life and this area of life, or the way that you approach it or experience it. For others of you, it could be that a community itself is changing, right? So if you find a community very demanding right now, or an industry very demanding, and that is what is making the whole experience of working very sour for you, then it's this community, this industry that is changing, right? That maybe is becoming less demanding, or becoming more accepting, or more diverse is also what I heard. I keep hearing finding my people, finding my community, finding my tribe. So I feel that for a lot of you, that will end up being the case. Right? So this could also be for those of you who have been working towards building a clientele, that very soon you will have a clientele, or you will be finding people who support you, people who you are able to work amicably with, people who are also able to help you expand and grow in your career. But let me now draw an extra card to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance. And we have, oh, I'm afraid people would judge me the way I judge them. And this is a quote from the animated series Adventure Time. I'm not sure who said this. I think it was Ice King, the character Ice King. But this makes me think of someone who tends to be very critical of themselves. So if you tend to be very critical of yourselves, and maybe even critical of others, then whatever high standards or high expectations you have for yourself, you might believe, or you might feel that others also have for you. And that might end up creating even more pressure to do well, or to always be excelling. That might end up with you feeling that whatever you do, whatever you offer, whatever you create is never enough. And if that resonates with you, I feel like this is what is about to change, this mindset, this mentality. Because what you will come to see or to realize is that people do already appreciate your work, that where you are right now, how you are doing right now can be appreciated and is appreciated, right? That it can give you positive results. Maybe some of you will learn to take it slow in the sense of savoring the moment, savoring whatever blessings, whatever positive outcomes or results that you are or you end up experiencing, instead of feeling this need to rush to the next thing. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you will end up finding a community that is very welcoming, or you will start, as mentioned before, receiving positive attention, positive feedback. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you have been dealing with a lot of troll energy recently, and soon you will realize that this troll energy only takes over a small percentage of the population, right? That there is welcoming energy out there, that there are people excited to see you, excited to work with you, excited to engage with your work, etc. I feel like you're about to have new experiences, and these experiences are going to completely change your perspective or change your perception. Again, it could be about this area of life, or it could be about, I heard human interaction, human engagement. It could even have something to do with like fame and popularity. Maybe you had this idea about fame, about popularity that made you not want it, right? Or made you kind of be very wary of it. Again, this makes me think of someone who, because of all the challenges they had been experiencing, maybe in work, they came to this conclusion that this area of life was horrendous, right? That working was something terrible, was a nightmare. But then through these experiences, these new experiences, this positive turn of events, let's say, they find that, oh no, working or work doesn't have to be a nightmare. It can actually be kind of fun. It can actually be fulfilling. Or what I heard is it can just be something that I do for a living. And it doesn't have to drain me. It doesn't have to become my whole identity. It doesn't have to take over my life. It can just be something that I do for a couple of hours of my day, afternoon, evening, or night as a way to earn money. I heard it can be that simple. Yeah, so I definitely sense there's some pressure, some stressors, some stresses that you are releasing or you will be releasing soon. Okay, but I'm just going to draw out one more card for you guys, and then I will bring your reading to a close. And we have Lion with leadership. Lion embodies qualities of leadership, courage, assertiveness, and personal strength. His bravery serves as an example of the fortitude needed to navigate deeply emotional and personal struggles. Often a driving catalyst for change, Lion empowers us to lead. With quiet presence, he bolsters his pride. Wise and noble, he owns his weaknesses, reminding us of our interconnectedness. He encourages us to use our power in service to others rather than in domination. Right? So the lion could be your spirit animal, your power animal, or it could be a symbol of strength and courage for you. But the lion makes me think of a lion's roar. So it seems like you are roaring, you are roaring in victory. The roar also makes me think of relief and release. So you soon will be celebrating the fact that something is over. Maybe that you've come out of a difficult time, of a challenging time, or that a problem you were facing has been resolved, or that you are no longer needing to push through, needing to persevere. I get this energy of I've made it, we've made it. We saw, or I saw myself through it, and I've made it. So that could be how some of you will be feeling very soon. But the lion makes me think of leaders, the key term, leadership. So I do see you leading at some point. So if you feel like you've been following, like you've been needing to catch up, very soon you won't find yourself feeling pressure to or feeling the need to catch up, because you will be in the lead. Or you would have solidified yourself, is that the correct way to say it, as someone respectable, reputable in an industry. Right? The lion also makes me think of someone who's just doing well on their own. Like they're out there doing their own thing, and maybe other people are out there competing against each other, but the lion doesn't need to get involved in all of that, doesn't need to worry about competing, because they've already made a name for themselves, or because they're out here doing their own thing. Right? Again, this makes me think of originality, of you maybe standing out from the crowd, and this being a good thing, because you then don't have to worry about competing. Then you don't have to worry about maybe staying relevant or keeping up to date with the trends, with the times. You can do your own things and take things at your pace, and everything is fine. Right? It's like you having your own little world, being in your own little bubble, and that working for you. So you could end up doing something very niche, or as I mentioned before, you may end up finding your target audience. You may be like building a community, or finding a community that will be very accepting of you, that won't be placing unnecessary pressure on you. Or this, if it's not a community, it could be a work environment, it could be a job that won't have you worrying about whether or not you will end up losing your job, losing favor, or anything of the sort. Because what I'm sensing here is someone being able to move at their own pace. And that's why I get the energy of a leader, because a leader can set the pace and often sets the pace. And so you're definitely leading, or soon you will be leading. You will be at the forefront, or you will feel in management maybe of this area of life. You won't feel like you're falling behind, or like you have no clue what you're doing, where you're going. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Anything I want to point out, felines could be of significance, because a lion and a cat showed up in your spread. But yeah, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you're new to this channel and you wish to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is on my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. To all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements or just let them play in the background, thank you so much for that, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. And before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to my spirit team and your spirit guides for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. Thank you so very much, and I'm wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful rest of your day or night, depending on when you are watching, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello, if you were drawn to the blue Sour Patch Kid, bienvenidos to your reading. So when meditating on the energy of this group, I heard in my mind, give it a week, and then I heard a month. I also heard rest case. So a sour situation may be turning sweet in a week or month's time. If you have been dealing with a case, like a legal case, for example, or there has been some back and forth, maybe some negotiating, dealings, or debating with another, then this will be put to rest, meaning a final verdict will be given, or a deal will be closed, an agreement will be made in a week or month's time, or very soon. I just heard in my mind, you don't have to worry about it, or very soon you will not have to worry about it. So if there is anything that is currently worrying you or that is pending, and because it is pending, it is making you feel a bit anxious and restless, then you're being let know this is the very thing that will come to an end very soon. And the color blue is reminding me of the throat chakra and the third eye and crown chakra. Interesting. So these three main chakras make me think of clarity and communication. If you have been going back and forth on how to communicate, verbalize, vocalize, or express something, then very soon you will know exactly what to say, or the words will come to you. If you're worried about how you will respond, what you will say, how you will show up, you're being let know not to worry, because in the moment, the words will come to you, or what you will end up saying will be exactly what you need to say to experience or obtain the outcome that you are hoping for. Or what I heard in my mind specifically was to get what you want. But yeah, I feel a lot of you are being reassured to not worry. I know it's easier said than done, but there is this overall feeling of it will all work out, and it will work out in your favor or in everybody's favor. I'm sensing or picking up on resolution, and if you have been wanting an opportunity to say something, to say what's on your mind, to share an opinion or an idea, you will be getting this opportunity. And if recently you did share something and the response wasn't that great, or there was some misunderstanding, some miscommunication, maybe someone wasn't in a good mood and so they didn't receive what was said well, or the ambience wasn't that great, maybe the setting wasn't that great, there was a lot of noise, and so what was said couldn't be heard or understood well, then this is the situation that might be turning sweet very soon. Because if there was a misunderstanding, for example, there will be an opportunity to clear the misunderstanding, or whoever misinterpreted something, whoever misheard, or didn't take to something that maybe you said that well, they will be coming back with a new perspective, with a new perception, or coming back having understood what you actually tried to convey. That's very interesting. Maybe this is a situation where someone just needed time to process something, and once they did, that's when they gained clarity, or any misunderstandings that they had cleared up. Yeah, because overall, I feel like there's some clearing of the air, there's better communication, or it could be that for a lot of you, a situation that went sour had something to do with communication, with a conversation, with maybe an email, a meeting, And if so, this is what is turning sweet. This is what is experiencing some kind of resolution or clearing of the air, or I heard peace. I'm sensing peace, calm. Yeah, like the calm after the storm. Okay, but I'm going to now move on to the cards to get more detailed information about what sour situation will be turning sweet very soon. I heard you will get what you want, whether that is literally something or just an outcome, or maybe an opportunity, you will get it. Again, the message, it will all turn out well, keeps coming to mind. Okay, and we have the Seven of Cups for your first tarot card. Okay, so two cards fell out, and it's the Knight of Pentacles and the Magician. Okay. So the Seven of Cups can indicate illusions. It can also indicate a variety of choices, options. The Seven of Cups can also represent confusion. And then seeing that we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest knight of the deck, paired up with the Magician, which is a card that indicates assertion, leadership, action, determination, and manifestation. The Magician is also a card that often indicates or represents skillfulness. So again, if something is unclear, if something is up in the air, all of a sudden my eyes were drawn to this house here that is like floating in midair. Yeah, if something doesn't exactly feel concrete, solid, stable, that is what is about to change, because I'm seeing that a situation is going from lacking clarity to having clarity, or to having a solution, to having a plan. Because the Magician is letting me know that action will be taken and problems will be solved. So, for example, if right now you're waiting on someone to get back to, if you're waiting for an answer, there is something pending because someone has yet to make a decision, and you're feeling a bit restless, impatient, you feel like you're up in the air, you don't know what to do, or you can't exactly do anything until you receive an answer, then you will be receiving this answer. And whatever answer you end up getting, whatever reply, will be one that will allow you to move forward, and not only move forward, but obtain that which you want. Right? So at the end of the day, I see you, as mentioned before, getting what you want, or being able to do what it is that you wanted, being able to move forward to accomplish and or achieve a goal. And I'm also picking up on certainty and determination. So if it is you who has been confused, if it is you who doesn't really have a plan right now, or a concrete plan, if maybe there is certain information that is missing for you to then be able to, with clarity, know what next steps to take, where to go, in what direction to move, then very soon you will be gaining this clarity. Because I see you being certain about something. I see you knowing exactly what to do. So I feel like a lot of you actually do have something on your mind, but you feel a little restricted or held back because you can't yet move towards it. There is something that either is getting in your way, or more specifically, what I'm picking up on is there is a missing piece that isn't allowing for you to move forward. It's now making me think, or what I'm seeing in my mind is a train track, railroad track, and there's missing pieces in the railroad track. And without these pieces, the train won't be able to move forward safely or move forward at all. So we need these missing railroad pieces for the train to be able to move forward. And I feel like that's the situation some of you might be currently experiencing. And this Knight of Pentacles is letting me know that soon these missing pieces will be made available to you, or will be given to you, will be set into their proper places, so that then you can move forward, so that then you can achieve a goal, receive or get what you want, or succeed. But let me pull out the rest of the cards, because there's more cards that I need to draw out. And I understand now why a week and a month's time came to mind, because this energy, the Knight of Pentacles and the Magician, feels like a quick energy. Even though the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest in the deck, I'm not sensing any lagging or setbacks. Why? Because it is accompanied by the Magician. The Knight of Pentacles only lets me know that things are moving steadily. Because the reason the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck is because they make sure that everything is in order before they move forward, right? They plan ahead. I always think of the Knight of Pentacles as an energy that prioritizes quality over quantity. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't rush if it isn't necessary, or if it would affect the quality of their work or would affect an outcome. So the Knight of Pentacles is coming through sort of as a reassurance, a guarantee, a warranty, or security more like, right? This secures that your outcome will be positive. This secures that whatever plans you are executing are in a way bulletproof. But with the Magician, I'm sensing action. I'm sensing you getting results very, very quickly. Like things move very quickly. Once you know what to do, then you do it. There's no, let's call it wasting time or lagging or delays. Yeah, the Magician with the Knight of Pentacles makes me think of someone who just needed instructions. Once they receive the instructions, then they're on the move. Then they're working. They're following those instructions to the T. But let me draw out the rest of the cards. Ooh. Okay, so 2 cards jumped out of the deck, and it's number 36 with Hotter Than Blue Blazes, with the key terms passion, sensuality, amorousness, chemistry, longing, and instant crush. Ooh, okay. And we also have number 17 with Just Fell Off the Turnip Truck, and the key terms naivety, obliviousness, inexperience, gullibility, study, and apprenticeship needed. Yeah, I feel like this card is representing the confusion, the something being up in the air, not having certain information or enough clarity. And if you feel that is your current situation, which is making an experience or a situation feel a bit sour, then that is what is about to change, because I do see you receiving clarity, that missing information that will help ground things for you, or will help you feel more grounded, more clear about where you are headed, or where a situation is headed. And most importantly, clear about what to do next, how to move forward with security. But with the Hotter Than Blue Blazes, let me make sure first that everything is in frame. Okay, it is. But with the Hotter Than Blue Blazes, I wonder if for some this has to do with a relationship, or again, it has to do with another, right? Because I did mention how some of you could be waiting on another. You could be waiting to hear back from another. And if that is the case, you will be hearing back from this person soon, and what you will be hearing from them will be positive, right? I see someone responding to you quite positively, or moving towards you very quickly with certainty as well. So I wonder if this is a situation where some of you are not sure about another's intentions because you haven't heard from them. There's been a lack of communication. But maybe within a week, you will be hearing from them. And as soon as you hear from them, you're super clear about what the intentions of this person is or are. And I see a happy outcome. So, as an example, let's say you texted someone and they haven't replied to you. And all this time you're wondering, oh, do they not want to talk to me? Do they not want to be my friend? Are they ghosting me? And then 3 days after, you receive a reply from them, and their reply is very enthusiastic. They're not only replying to your last text, but they're now also making plans to meet up with you in person, right? Or they're asking if they can call you to have a full-blown conversation with you on the phone, right? I'm just giving different examples here. And their enthusiasm to chat with you, to connect with you, removes any doubt in your mind that they don't like you or that they're not interested in you or that they don't want to work with you, etc. Especially after you find out, for example, that the only reason they didn't get back to you very quickly is because, I don't know, maybe they lost their phone or they're just someone who takes a while to reply. Or they didn't get notified when your message came in, or they did, but for whatever reason, they didn't see it, right? Something happened that caused this delay, but it wasn't necessarily because a person didn't want to get in contact with you, didn't want to communicate with you, right? Because I'm seeing enthusiasm with the magician. Enthusiasm coming from another and enthusiasm and excitement coming from you. Also, this feeling of relief, like, I'm so happy that it's not what I thought it was, that this person didn't want to talk to me or that this person lost interest or something along those lines. Because I did speak of a dealing, right? So this could be about some kind of negotiation that you are making with another, maybe some kind of deal. And again, I do see you sealing a deal and you getting what you want, or everybody getting what they want at the end of it all, at the end of the day. And I feel that is being confirmed with the Hotter Than Blue Blazes card because it made me think of manifestation, made me think of attracting, right? That which you were longing for, you're getting it. Right? An instant crush made me think of like instant gratification, but also instant results. But let me draw out the rest of the cards. Oh, and I like these hands that are in like prayer. Because again, it makes me think of someone who's been wanting something or who's been wanting a certain result, a certain outcome, or of someone who's been trying to manifest an outcome. And that's exactly what they're getting, right? Their prayers are being answered. And we have the 10 of Diamonds, number 8, the Scythe. The 10 of Diamonds reminds me of the 10 of Pentacles in traditional tarot, which is a card that indicates financial stability, security. It also indicates longevity. So with the Knight of Pentacles also being in your spread, as mentioned before, I see you experiencing certainty, some kind of guarantee. Right? So if right now you don't have a guarantee or you're lacking certainty in your life, and that is what is making a situation feel sour, or I heard dire, then that is what is about to change. So what is flipping for you, what is switching, is you going from uncertainty to certainty, you having no guarantee to having a guarantee. And I see something working out for you for the long run. I all of a sudden thought of an item, of a product that ends up lasting you a really long time. So I wonder if some of you are like debating on whether or not to purchase something, whether or not to invest on, I heard an update, or invest in a product. Yeah, or you're worried that you might make a wrong decision, right? That you might end up choosing something, investing in something that will not end up working out. And this uncertainty, right? Maybe this lack of I heard experience or knowledge because, for example, some of you, if this is resonating with you, may be thinking about purchasing something that you don't know much about, right? This reminds me of when I was looking for a video camera. I don't know much about cameras, and I was really having a tough time looking for a camera to invest in to record my pick a card readings. I was very stressed about it because for me, it was a big investment, right? And so if you're going through a similar situation, you're being let know that very soon either you will be presented with that which will make sense to you, or you will be presented with information that will help you make up your mind, right, to choose something. But then I see you receiving reassurance, like some kind of like warranty or guarantee. Maybe this is literally about the warranty that comes with the product that will also help you feel reassured that you're taken care of or something is taken care of, that you have, again, that you have options at the end of the day, that maybe if you don't end up liking something, you can return it at no cost, or that something does have a security like a 1-year warranty, or maybe you will be getting somebody else's opinion, a second opinion coming from an expert that will reassure you that, yeah, whatever you decided upon or whatever you are deciding on is a good option for you. But the 10 of Diamonds also makes me think that whatever you will end up choosing, you will end up loving, and it will last you a really long time. Like, this is solid. It's a solid device. It's a solid product, or it's a solid deal as well. And the scythe here is making me think of like weeding out. So at the end, you will end up removing the options that don't really serve you. And whatever options you remain with, they will be solid, right? You can choose whichever and it will end up working perfectly for you. But the one that you do end up choosing, you're just being let known. It's not even a situation where you're being guided to the right choice. You're just being let known the one you will end up choosing will be the best of the bunch and will end up offering you exactly what you need, will end up fulfilling you, or will end up lasting a really long time, or providing you with some kind of security in your life or an area of life. So don't worry. It's not like we're telling you first you have to choose the right option. We're simply telling you whatever you choose will end up working for you. So you already got this, right? You got this. This could also be referring to jobs, because I gave the example of a product and item, but that could be the case for some of you, but I know it won't be the case for everybody. So for others of you, this could be referring to a job. If you're looking for like a new job, or if you have multiple job offers, this could also be referring to relationships, partnerships, collaborations, who you will be working with next. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of you do want something in specific. You have your eye on something, and maybe right now it feels like you won't get it, or it feels like it won't end up working out for you. Maybe there are some kind of obstacles in the way, there are some restrictions, or as mentioned before, there is a lack of communication with another, which is making it difficult for you to with certainty know that you will end up getting what it is that you want. And if that is the case, then again, it could be within a week. In a week's time, you will be receiving a reply. Whatever obstacles right now you feel are getting in your way will be removed. Clarity will come. The road will open up for you, so that then you can simply reach out for that which you want and get it. Yeah, and I decided to pull out an extra card from this deck. I think I didn't work with this deck for group 1. I think I didn't. And your card is Fast with Ignite, number 24. And the message, where does it begin? I always have trouble finding where the message begins. Okay, so we have a fast energy, maybe what you need right now to feel alive, engage in adrenaline seeking activities, make the move you were too scared to do, jump, run, bike, dance, sex it up, get your heart pumping, say yes. Yes, so say yes lets me know you will be receiving a yes or the kind of answer you were hoping for. I see you celebrating news that you are receiving, or some kind of response reply that you are receiving. I see you celebrating a victory, and the message, make the move you were too scared to do, also really stood out to me. So as mentioned before, I do see a lot of you taking action, making some kind of move, very, very soon. Right? So if right now you feel like you can't, or you're a bit wary about making a move, and that is what is causing a lot of stress or distress or anxiety, this is what is about to change, because it's sort of like a flip of the switch. One moment you're hesitating, you're not knowing what to do, and then all of a sudden, boom, you know exactly what you want to do, or you do the very thing that you were hesitating to do, and you do it without, I heard, without doubt, without remorse, without hesitation. You do it with certainty. Like, I'm not even thinking about something going wrong. I'm just thinking about getting that which I want, just going for it. And then everything ends up working out. Yes, but this is what I'm seeing here. So now I want to draw out, and fast also lets me know that things will be moving quickly. So if right now things aren't moving quickly in a situation, and maybe that's what is making a situation feel a bit sour, or I heard bitter, it's making you a little bitter, then know that, it's the pace that will be changing very soon, right? So if right now things are going slow and you don't like that, then the pace will pick up very soon. Things will be moving very, very quickly. And I do sense that. Like, something was dragging, it was taking days and days, and then all of a sudden one afternoon you get an answer, you get a reply, a deal is made, an agreement is made, a case is closed, and bada bing, bada boom, you got what you want, or you're happy. You're happy, you're pleased, you're content, or you're moving forward with something, you're moving forward with someone, or you're free of a worry, you're free of a burden. But now I want to draw out a card from this homemade oracle deck. I all of a sudden thought about skills, because the magician is very skillful. So this could also be a situation where maybe you were doubting your skills. You were fearful of your own talents, or you were hesitant to give something your all. And that was causing some kind of turbulence. It was causing, maybe, I heard accidents, but like little accidents, mistakes, hiccups. For example, when I do readings and I'm really nervous, I'm nervous about filming myself, even if it's just my hands and recording my voice. I end up having a hard time talking, right? I stumble upon my words, my tongue kind of gets stuck in my mouth, and things don't flow as easily, right? But when I'm not overthinking, for example, when I'm not that worried, then I end up having a better experience. The readings end up going a lot smoother, right? And they end up going a lot smoother because I'm also not doubting myself as much. I'm not stressing so much about getting it right, being right, etc. And I'm instead just allowing the messages to flow, to come through. And so that could be the situation here, where maybe there was a lot of overthinking, there was a lot of second guessing of oneself or one's own talents and skills. There was a lot of worrying about getting it right, doing the right thing. And then once there isn't overthinking, once there isn't doubt, then things end up flowing a lot better. Things end up moving a lot quicker, faster, or at a more reasonable and pleasant pace is what is coming through. So that could end up being the situation for some, where if you're feeling frustrated because something isn't working out, you're not having a pleasant experience creating, for example, or developing your skills or utilizing your skills, then this is what is about to change, because I see whatever was kind of blocking you, was keeping you from getting in the flow, getting in the zone, just using your skills to the best of your capabilities in a way that is exciting and fun to you, is kind of being removed, or you're letting it go. You're freeing yourself of it, or you're being freed from it. So I see you having a more pleasant experience, and things being a lot more effortless when you are creating, when you are producing, when you are developing something, or just utilizing your skills. Yeah, it's like you're letting the magician, your inner magician, come through. Or this is letting you know that soon your inner magician will come through. Because I also get with the magician this feeling of just things aligning for you. Like you think of something, like you think of a person, and then they end up texting you, right? And it's a person that you want to hear from. Or you claim something like a blessing, an opportunity, and then you manifest it, you get it. And while something is manifesting, you're not worrying about it, you're not stressing about it. You're simply allowing for things to unfold, and they do end up unfolding in a way that has you celebrating, that has you feeling excited about whatever is next, or just feeling quite pleased. And this is what you might be experiencing, like things working for you, things aligning for you, you manifesting things very easily into your life throughout the next 7 days, maybe throughout this week or the next week that is coming up, or month. It could be throughout this month or the coming month. But let me see. For your extra oracle card we have, there's some stuff about me that I've been ignoring for a long time. I'm afraid of that stuff, but it's part of who I am. Wow, interesting that we were talking about talents. So yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, this is referring to your talents, your innate abilities. For example, right, for some, it could be a manifesting ability, the ability to create, the ability to attract. But a lot of you are accepting that you are quite skilled at something, that you are talented, or that you do have a talent. And you're embracing it or accepting it through using it, utilizing it in some kind of way that brings you joy, and or that helps you create with a lot more ease, or that just makes life or an area of life a little easier for you, or a lot easier for you. Yeah, but I definitely see you having fun and enjoying yourself, and embracing who you are, embracing your talents, your skills, embracing your, I heard ingenuity, your creativity, your unique approach to something, your way of doing something, right? So because I gave the example of like tarot readings, I gave a personal example. Let's say a tarot reader is now embracing their own unique way of reading the tarot, because there are multiple ways of reading the tarot or reading cards. And for the longest time, this tarot reader might have been trying other tarot readers' way. They might have been trying a very traditional way of reading the cards. And maybe it was working for them, but it wasn't exactly doing it for them, right? It wasn't exactly allowing for them to shine when reading the cards. It was maybe making the whole reading cards a bit unpleasant for them. Or maybe they weren't getting such a positive response from their readings in this way. And then they switch things up. Then they decide to just try doing it their way, right? Try reading cards in the way that felt natural to them, that allowed for their own unique skills to come through. And that's when things turn around for them, right? That's when the experience of reading cards becomes a lot more pleasant, more fun, and also they get a better response. So again, that's just an example. I'm not saying that every single one of you are tarot readers or that you have to read the tarot. It was just meant as an example to help illustrate how this energy could apply and or unfold. Yeah, so this could be a suggestion for some of you to embrace your unique approach to things, your unique talents. Could even be perspective on something. But now I'm going to draw out one more card to wrap up your reading. I feel like I went in different directions with this reading. And I kind of got the feeling that it will end up being that way, because at the beginning, I sensed that a lot of you could be inquiring about more than one situation. There could be more than one situation that is feeling a bit sour. It's tasting or feeling a bit sour at this moment, or that you are hoping will look up or just improve. Or you were hoping for some kind of acceleration when it comes to it, some progress more like. Yeah, because I also get the feeling that a lot of you could already be seeing improvements. Like things could be going quite well, but maybe you're hoping for some kind of guarantee, or you're hoping for a little bit more improvement. Yeah, and if that is the case, you will be seeing more improvement. And I do also see stability. So if you've been experiencing a lot of fluctuations, I feel like you are going to experience stability for a while, right? Or it could be a situation where instead of something declining, it's simply going to increase over time, a gradual and steady increase or betterment. But your final card is the Peacock with Triumph, and the message: brilliant, bold, and beautiful. Peacock reminds us of life's glory, emanating vibrancy as he wanders. Peacock symbolizes confidence. He encourages us to embrace every moment in life, simple or extravagant. With Peacock as guide, we are reminded to step boldly into life and welcome its beauty. With genuine grit, an open spirit, and a heart of fire, our lives become connected and divine. Every instant becomes an occasion to shine, every day a triumph. Yeah, so I see you celebrating a lot of victories, but I also see an increase in confidence. And as mentioned, you taking action. The message: we are reminded to step boldly into life and welcome its beauty, really stood out to me. So you're coming through as more assertive, or you will be more assertive in the coming days. I heard less fearful, less wary, and more open to maybe change, or just blessings is also what I heard. Because some blessings come via the unknown. Some blessings are unexpected. And if we're always fearful of the unexpected and the unknown, we might end up resisting the blessings that come with the unknowns. And what I see for you guys is kind of letting go of that fear of the unknown. And it's this very peculiar thing where it's through you letting go of fearing the unknown that you become certain, or that you experience certainty, that you become a little bit more relaxed, less worried. So I wonder if the message, everything is going to be all right, everything will turn out all right, is kind of the mindset that you will be in the coming days. And it's this you being certain that everything is going to turn out all right is what is allowing for you to be less fearful of the unknown and unexpected, and making it easier for you to charge forward, to live your life to the fullest, or to take action whenever you feel inspired to take action. That could be the case for some, right? But that is just an extra message that came through at the end. So only take it if it resonates, and leave it if it does not. But let's see, Peacock makes me think of beauty and also attraction, magnetism. So again, I see you attracting that what you want. The Peacock also makes me think of you not being afraid to shine, to stand out. You, in a way, strutting your stuff, But let's see, these are all the messages that are coming through for you guys. Anything else I want to point out? The color blue could be of significance because you were drawn to the blue Sour Patch Kid, and then the color blue showed up in the Seven of Cups, and then the word blue showed up in the Hotter Than Blue Blazes card. Anything else? No, this is all that is coming through. If there is anything else that stands out to you, please take it into consideration, because it could be serving as a confirmation, a sign. Oh, yes. When it comes to zodiac signs, the Magician is associated with the zodiac sign Gemini. I personally always associate the Magician with Aries. I don't know why. Maybe because of the number 1. The first house in astrology is associated with the zodiac sign Aries, I believe. Yes, but Gemini and Aries and the Knight of Pentacles is a earth sign. More specifically, it is associated with the earth sign Virgo. So Gemini, Aries, and Virgo could be of significance. They could be important seasons to look out for, seasons when you will be experiencing a positive turn of events, or a sour situation will be turning sweet, or you will be receiving sweet and exciting news. Okay, but these are all the messages coming through for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you're new to this channel and you wish to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. To all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements or just to let them play in the background, thank you so much for that, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. And before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to my spirit team and your spirit guides for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. Thank you so very much, and I'm wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful rest of your day or night, depending on when you are watching. And until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello, if you were drawn to the red Sour Patch Kid, bienvenidos to your reading. So when meditating on the energy of this group, I heard in my mind "for the first time," which reminded me of the song "For the First Time in Forever" that comes out in the Disney movie Frozen. So the movie Frozen, the character Anna, or sisterhood, siblings could be of importance or relevance. But apart from this, the color orange kept popping up in my mind. So I wonder if you were also drawn to the orange Sour Patch Kid, because if you were, this could be an indicator that there are messages meant for you in group 1. So if you feel called to do so, then you're more than welcome to tune into group 1's reading after you have listened to this group's reading, or if at any point when listening to this group's messages, you find that this reading isn't really resonating with you, then if you feel called to do so, do check out group 1, because that might actually be the reading meant for you. Okay, but anything else that I'm picking up on? No, nothing else is coming through so far, so I'm going to set this Sour Patch Kid to the side and begin drawing out your cards. Oh, yes, I almost forgot. One other message or expression that came to mind when meditating on this group's energy was miracle worker. I sense that at some point or very soon, you will be very grateful for another person's help, assistance with a sour situation. Yeah, if you recently sought out help from another, or you went to another for advice or for a favor, they will be helping you out, or they currently are, and their assistance, their participation, their cooperation will help a situation, whatever situation they are assisting you with, improve greatly or turn around for the better. I even sense that it could be their intentions, their well wishes for you that will have a really great or positive impact on a situation that is not looking so great, or on you, on your energy, your mindset, your mood. Anything? Tarot card. Okay, so your first card is the Knight of Wands. Oh, and this red panda is so cute. It reminds me of, is it Disney or Pixar? Disney Pixar film? Turning Red. So yeah, Disney or Pixar could be of significance. or just animation, illustration, art could be of importance. Oh, and your other card is the Page of Pentacles. So this feels like a very youthful energy with the Knight and the Page. And both of these animals are giving the same pose. Interesting. Which makes me think of mirroring or someone else matching your vibe or you matching somebody else's vibe. It makes me think of compatibility. But the Knight of Wands is a card that often represents adventure, confidence, bravery. The Knight of Wands is a free spirit. They are very charming and fearless, confident. They are a risk taker. Whereas the Page of Pentacles is a bit more grounded. They are also adventurous and a go-getter like the Knight of Wands, but unlike the Knight of Wands, the Page of Pentacles prefers to jump into things knowing what they're jumping into. They like to prepare, be prepared, be informed. They prefer to plan. The Page of Pentacles does indicate solid beginnings and setting goals, and it's a card that also represents excellent prospects. So, what is coming through is if you have been lacking motivation or you just haven't had the energy to get up and get things done, cross things off of your to-do list, for example, or even write a to-do list, and you not having energy to get whatever it is that you need to get done or get started, has been affecting your mood or has been making it very difficult for you to move forward, for you to get out of a slump or get unstuck is what I heard. If you have been feeling stuck, then this is what is about to change, because the Knight of Wands does promise kick. That sounds a bit weird, but like a pick-me-up, a boost in your energy. It does, to me, indicate vitality or you feeling enthusiastic, you feeling energized, revitalized. And the Page of Pentacles lets me know that not only will you have the energy to get started, get going, but you will also have the discipline to either stay consistent or to, I heard map things out, but what I was getting at is make plans, make goals, strategize in order to not only set things in motion, but also move things along. Because I'm thinking of steps, which is making it easier, or it will make it easier for you to follow along or see something through, or just follow through with a plan. So there's this overall feeling of setting something in motion, and not only setting it in motion, but also creating momentum or having some momentum with it. You're not just starting, you're also seeing something through. You're staying consistent, you're making progress, you're seeing development. But let me draw out the rest of the cards. And we have the Jack of Hearts, number 22, the Book. And the Jack is sometimes interpreted as a knight or as a page. Interesting. So pages always speak of new beginnings, and the page precedes the knight. So the knight is, let's say, a bit older than the page, a bit more experienced than the page. So yeah, this feels like you setting something in motion. You are definitely either starting anew or you're kickstarting something very soon. And the Book here makes me think of a new story, a new adventure of a beginning. So I wonder if this is about you getting your spunk, your spark back. Because it sort of feels like it. Some of you This is a weird way to put it, but some of you may be finding a buddy. You could be connecting with someone who will be helping you out with getting something in motion, or simply will be of great help to you. I see you connecting with someone who is either boosting your confidence or offering you emotional or moral support, but most importantly, pumping you up. Like, they are encouraging you to move forward in life. They are encouraging you to pursue something that maybe you've always wanted to pursue. They are maybe helping you out with coming up with a plan or strategizing. Yeah, you may be coming across a page of pentacles, someone who is disciplined, organized, orderly, practical, grounded, resourceful, and quite smart. Or you may be coming across a Knight of Wands, someone who is very energetic, lively, bubbly, optimistic, fearless, brave, adventurous, energetic, and innovative, ingenious. Yeah, and your other card is sweet as a Georgia peach with number 38, kindness, tender care, charm, beauty, flirtation, delicious experience. I chuckled a bit because the Knight of Wands is known to be a flirt, or they're very good at flirting. So yeah, you may be coming across a Knight of Wands, or maybe someone who embodies both of these personalities, both of these energies, someone who is very lively and charismatic and charming, but is also down to earth, very practical. When they need to get down to business, they get down to business. They become serious, but they're not so serious that they become rigid or inflexible or close-minded. Right? Because with the Knight of Wands, I'm sensing the complete opposite. Someone who is able to find solutions to problems because they are so, let's say, open-minded, right? They are very imaginative. So, if you find that this is resonating with you, as in you see yourself being this Knight of Wands or this Page of Pentacles, then this may definitely be describing your energy. And as mentioned before, if you have been going through a slump, or you have been feeling a bit under the weather, or you haven't been feeling all that much like yourself, then this is what is about to change, because I see you feeling more like yourself, getting your spark, your spunk back, as mentioned before. Right? And the Page of Pentacles makes me think of you being able to focus, or you being able to direct your attention. But I do see you connecting with someone. I do see you working with someone, or if it's not that you're directly connecting or working with someone, there might be someone who will end up being like your muse, your inspiration, maybe your motivation. But I see you getting or gaining direction. And I'm sensing or picking up on optimism. So if you've been a bit pessimistic lately, and it is this pessimism that has made everything taste sour, then I see this pessimistic turning into optimism, or you going from being pessimistic to optimistic, you being hopeful once more. Oh, you know what this duo makes me think of? The trainer and the trainee, right? We have the person who is aspiring to become an athlete, and then the person who helps them become an athlete, like the coach. The Page of Pentacles is the coach, and the Knight of Wands is the athlete. Right? That's just an example that is coming to mind. Yeah, so you may be coming across or meeting your personal trainer, or again, someone who will end up inspiring you, someone who will end up guiding you. Could be directly or indirectly, or just assisting you along the way. And because the Knight of Wands is dressed up as a knight, I mean, obvious because it's the Knight of Wands card, but the fact that this red panda is dressed up as a knight really stood out to me, because this makes me think that if you are facing some kind of challenge, or if you're preparing yourself to face a challenge, you will have someone who will help you face and overcome this challenge. You will have someone on your side, someone who will have your back, or as mentioned before, will be guiding you, will be assisting you as you overcome this challenge. And with the expression delicious experience, I see this being a beautiful experience of camaraderie, friendship, or support. Like you knowing how it feels like to receive support from another, or you knowing firsthand how when two people come together, really together, they become invincible, unstoppable. They can overcome any challenge or do amazing things together. But let me see. I want to draw one more card. Because we have a book here, the example that is coming to mind, and this could be the literal situation for some of you, for others, this could just be serving as an example of how this energy might play out in a real life scenario, which is of someone who has been wanting to publish a manuscript of theirs, a novel of theirs. And for the longest time, they've been looking for an editor or a publisher, and so far, no luck. And they're about to give up on this dream of editing their work or publishing their work when they come across someone who is willing to help them publish their book, or who is willing to edit their book, is willing to help them make their dream a reality. And because the Page of Pentacles is coming through again as a planner, especially with their to-do list. Like, okay, here's what we have to do, and here's what we're going to do to make this happen. And then comes in the Knight of Wands, celebrating, yay, let's do this. So yeah, the Knight of Wands could be like the main protagonist, the star, while the Page of Pentacles could be the one working in the background, right, to help the Knight of Wands shine. But both the Knight and the Page are shining in their own ways. Yeah, so with kindness, I definitely see you experiencing the kindness of another, right? Through their generosity, through their support, through their assistance. Okay, and we have soft with delicate. Number 25, submerge yourself with softness and feminine energy to find a space of euphoria. Touch the softness of blankets, plush pillows, animals, soft clothing, and lovemaking. Okay. I'm not really picking up on romantic vibes, but the fact that we have lovemaking and then we have, flirtation and a delicious experience, and peaches often have some kind of sexual, sensual innuendo to them. So that was really high pitched. This situation here, this partnership, this duo that I'm picking up could start off platonic and then turn into something romantic. But again, myself, and I am not picking up on romantic vibes here. This feels more like camaraderie. I heard sportsmanship. This feels like maybe friendship, but definitely like teamwork, right? Two people working together to overcome a challenge or to make a dream a reality. That's mostly what I'm picking up on. But if it resonates with you, I do see, based on the cards, a possibility of this turning into a possible romantic connection or relationship. There could be romance in the air, but it doesn't have to be the case. But with the word delicate, yeah, if you are dealing with a delicate situation, if you are dealing, for example, with a legal situation or something that has a lot of steps to it, that dealing with it would be a long process, then I do see you finding someone who will help you resolve this matter, fight this case, or will be offering you solutions, will be offering you options, so that if right now you feel stuck after they have offered you these options, you will get out of this mindset of being stuck, because you will find that you are not stuck, that there are not only one but multiple ways out of this situation or through it. I wonder if this Page of Pentacles could be representing for some an attorney, a lawyer, but that doesn't have to be the case. This could be someone who just has maybe a lot of expertise, a lot of knowledge, or this could just be someone who is willing to help you out, to maybe do the research for you or do the research with you or be there with you as you handle a situation. Yeah, this could definitely be a confidant. But I also see you kind of, as mentioned before, embodying both the Knight of Wands and the Page of Pentacles energy. So not only do you have the willingness to start something, to face something, but you also have the determination to see it through. Also, the focus is what is coming through with the Page of Pentacles. And the card Soft with Sweet as a Georgia Peach also makes me think of, as the Sweet as the Georgia Peach card says, kindness and generosity. So again, you might be experiencing the generosity of another, and I feel like this will definitely be true or the case for those of you who haven't really experienced a lot of generosity coming from others. Those of you who maybe right now feel a bit alone or feel in the dark because no one has showed up in your life like a light, or has showed up to offer you light, to offer you warmth, to offer you a place around their hearth, right? Their little fireplace. But I also see this being the case where you are being kinder to yourself. So if recently you have been a bit tough or hard on yourself, and maybe it's because you are going through it, maybe because you are at your last straw, as they say, or you have been feeling pretty tense, whatever the case may be, I do see you reminding yourself that you do not have to be your enemy, that you can instead be your friend, that you can be there for you, be the one to understand you, your situation, what you're going through, and support yourself in the best way that you can, right? So I see a beautiful relationship flourishing with yourself. And I feel that it is in the moment that you decide to be your friend, to be your confidant, your comrade, that you begin feeling more like yourself. Or as soon as you decide that you are on your side, it's when you get your spunk back. It's when something shifts within you and you feel lively again, or you feel optimistic, or you're ready to take on whatever is coming your way, or whatever is next, or whatever challenges you have been facing. You're ready to see something through. But let me draw out now a card from this homemade divination deck that has quotes from the animated series Adventure Time. Oh, sorry, this deck is hard to shuffle. Okay, so your card is, you're letting your brain dial turn your fear volume up. And this is said by the character Finn. Yeah, so I'm sensing that what is shifting is your mindset, your mentality, because I feel that currently, or maybe recently, there has been a lot of pessimism, or it's been very difficult for you to see the way out, to see the way through something. Or maybe there has been fear around hoping, feeling hopeful. And if that resonates with you, then again, I see this changing, this being the thing that is turning around for the better. Because instead of turning your fear volume up, you are maybe lowering the volume of any fears or any doubt or pessimistic thoughts. And this might change after you talk with someone, after maybe you receive somebody else's perspective on the situation, and their perspective shows you that, again, you're not stuck, that there is a way out, there is a way through, or they literally show you how your situation can turn around. Or it's after someone comes in to help you out, or to give you maybe a motivational speech, or it's after you maybe see someone or meet someone who went through a similar situation that you are currently going through and saw themselves out of that situation or improved their situation, right? You may be meeting someone who will be like a living example to you that something is possible, right? Or that you're not alone. You're not alone in your experience. But these are all just examples to help illustrate how your mindset can shift. It can shift after having talked with someone, after having heard someone else's point of view, after having consulted maybe a professional whose job is to solve problems, or after you've met someone who has experienced whatever you're currently experiencing and find themselves in a much better place now. Yeah, but I feel like fear, the volume of fear, of pessimistic thinking, of doubt, hopelessness is being turned down. Optimism is winning, and it's winning with facts. It's winning with proof. Because I say that because we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles, as mentioned before, is very practical. So we're not just hoping for solutions, we're hoping because we're seeing that there are solutions. We're feeling or becoming optimistic because the facts are showing us that things can or will turn around for the better. Right? But I do see action being necessary, action on your part. You will need to at some point move or make moves or take some form of initiative, or as mentioned, take action in order to see something through, in order to solve a problem or celebrate a triumph, celebrate a victory. For some, it may be that you will need to kind of get out of your way to come into contact with this Page of Pentacles. So, for example, a writer who is seeking a publisher, they will need to let it be known that they are seeking a publisher or that they are seeking to publish their work, right? They might need to search for a publisher or just let it be known so that maybe someone can then recommend a publishing agency or company to the writer, or so that someone can help them get in contact with a person who will help them publish their manuscript, or so that someone can offer their assistance. And if it's the case that you have already sought out assistance, if you have already let it be known that you're seeking for a specific kind of assistance, if you have consulted with professionals, experts, then I see very soon someone knocking on your door, someone offering you the assistance that you've been needing or that you've been looking for. Or you coming across a source that will end up helping you out or end up serving as a muse, serving as inspiration, serving as motivation. But I want to now draw out one last oracle card. So we have Chickadee with tenacity. Oh, cute. And the message, small and slight Chickadee may be, but do not underestimate his tenacity. He can be quite fearless in an effort to protect his family. He also carries his own signature song. Once it is heard, it is nearly impossible to forget. He reminds us that we have a unique voice, one equally rare and strong. When in the presence of Chickadee, he offers us the courage to be gregarious in our approach as we seek new vistas and venues for personal growth. Yeah, so I think this kind of summarizes this reading because the message hints at that there might be a need to use your voice. There might be a need to speak out and to communicate, which was what I was kind of getting at, right? For you to receive the assistance that you need, for you to see something through or to move something along, you will need to take action and you might need to communicate certain information. Right? We spoke of fearlessness with the Knight of Wands. So you are becoming fearless, right? You are lowering down the volume of fear, or the volume of fear, inner fear, irrational fear is being lowered in the coming days or very soon. And that is what is also creating a positive shift in your life, in an area of life, or in your mindset. We also have Chickadee offers us the courage to be gregarious in our approach as we seek new vistas and venues for personal growth. Yeah, so yeah, again, if you've been lacking maybe courage or the strength, the motivation to fight for something or to see something through or to work on solving problems, more specifically, finding solutions to your problems. That is what is about to change. And I wonder if for some, this could be a situation where the universe is sending you some kind of sign, right? If you are a believer of signs, then I do sense the universe is sending you a very significant sign that will lift your spirits and let you know that you are not alone and remind you that you can, right? Whatever that might mean to you in specific, that you can solve a problem, that you can overcome a challenge, that you can get back up, that you can achieve a dream, whatever it may be. The Page of Pentacles could be for some representing your spirit guides, your spirit team, or the universe. You working alongside the universe to help you create something, to help you move along, move forward. So the universe may be communicating with you via signs. They may be showing you the way or guiding you with signs and synchronicities. Oh, and all of a sudden I felt like crying because I do see you celebrating at the end, or celebrating the fact that you did overcome a challenge, that you did see something through, that you did make it. I saw the Knight of Wands, and what I heard in my mind was, I made it, or we made it, right? If you're working with another, or if someone else helped you out. But the expression or the message case closed or rest case came through for group 2. But for whatever reason, it keeps coming to mind for this group. So yeah, I feel like some of you may be closing a case, or you may be putting a case to rest. If you've been trying to, find a coach, a teacher, a tutor, maybe a counselor, a therapist who can help you, who can maybe be compatible with you, and so far you've had no luck in terms of that, then this is what will be changing, because as mentioned before, I see you coming across someone who will be very compatible, or will offer you exactly what you've been looking for, or exactly what you need to help you make progress, to help you feel like you're making progress, to help you see a difference and experience a difference in your mood, in your mindset, in an area of life, or in a situation that maybe you felt hasn't changed much lately, or hasn't improved, or has been stuck, experiencing some stagnation for a while. All of a sudden, I was reminded of the cartoon or the animated series, Avatar: The Last Airbender. More specifically, the episode in which Aang is receiving training from Toph. Right? Toph's training is very different from Katara's training. Where Katara offers a softer approach, Toph is a bit harsher. But it's because what they are teaching Aang are two very different elements. Literally, we're talking about earthbending and waterbending. If you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, you will know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen this animated series, I recommend for you to watch it. It's an amazing series. It touches upon spiritual concepts as well, if you're interested. Yeah, so Toph finds a teaching or training method that ends up working for Aang in respects to what Toph is teaching Aang, which is earthbending. So yeah, this could be a situation where maybe you need a very specific approach, maybe you need a very specific training or teaching method or technique or style. And that's why everything that you have tried so far hasn't worked, or has left you with a sour, bitter taste in your mouth, because it's not your match. It's not what will work for you. And so you finding that what you need, you finding that specific technique, that specific style, or someone who offers that will be what will change everything for you, what will make this situation sweet for you. Yes, but that's what I'm seeing. And I went on and on about you receiving help, and if that resonates with you, then that is the message meant for you. But for others of you, this could be a situation in which you will be helping somebody out. Or if you have recently, set out to help another, to maybe make a plan for another to follow, know that your assistance, know that your efforts will be paying off, because whatever you came up with, right, whatever you are assisting with will be providing the other with positive results, or will definitely be helping the other overcome a challenge, or come out victorious in a situation, or feel better. And For those of you who are teachers, trainers, mentors, counselors, I see you working with someone who is willing to put in the effort, someone who is willing to work with you, someone who is willing to put in the work to help themselves out or to improve a situation. And if you have been recently working with someone who's been very stubborn, who maybe has been lacking motivation, who is not wanting to try out whatever you are offering or advising, I think this is what is about to change, because I see this person being willing to try out whatever it is that you are suggesting, or to go along with your plan, or to work with you, work together, right? And it is this working together that will definitely bring about positive results. But let's see, the Knight of Wands is associated with the zodiac sign Sagittarius, and the Page of Pentacles is an earth sign. So that would be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. So these specific zodiac signs could be of significance, or Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn season could be of importance, could be when you will experience a positive turn of events, or sour situation will be turning sweet. And it's interesting because peaches appeared in your spread, and peaches are a very sweet fruit. So a sour situation is definitely turning sweet for you guys. But anything else? The number 22, the number 25 could be of significance. From the 22nd to the 25th of a month could be an important window of time. Might be when, again, a sour situation will be turning sweet. Ooh, the last message coming through, you will be receiving a gift, or I see someone or more than one person getting you what you wanted. So if you have a wish list, if you have shared your wish list with others, I see a lot of things that were on your wish list being granted or being gifted to you. And now I just heard some of these things could end up being a gift from the universe. The universe could be gifting it to you. Yeah, so if you haven't done so already, start making your wish list, or maybe a bucket list. But things I want to point out: feathers, quills could be of significance, could be an important symbol or sign. Also lists, writing, scribing, scripting, automatic writing could be something that maybe you're being advised to look into or to practice in the coming days. Some of you could end up manifesting through writing, or maybe just writing things down, writing what you want, writing the kind of outcomes that you want to see, the things that you want to experience. Might help also reprogram your mind, might help shift your mind from maybe a lack mentality mindset to an abundant one, for example, or could even help with you shifting or changing your timelines, your reality. Never underestimate the power of writing or saying things out loud. Very powerful. The megaphone here, I think this is a megaphone, makes me think of sharing good news. So I see you sharing good news, or again, celebrating a victory, announcing that you have won something. But peaches could be of significance. The song Peaches by Justin Bieber could be of importance. Music could also be of importance. Singing. Ooh, for those of you who are singers, who are looking for gigs, or who are wanting to book gigs, you will be booking gigs very soon. Yeah, this Page of Pentacles could be hinting at a manager, or maybe a talent agent, or someone who will be booking you and maybe helping you book even more gigs. If you've been waiting for updates, to hear updates from another, or you've been waiting for the release of something, it could be in the 20th something of a month that you will be hearing or receiving these updates, or receiving the date in which something will be released or launched. Oh, and I just heard in my mind, don't worry, you will get it. Do not worry, you will get it. Okay, but these are all the messages coming through for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you're new to this channel and you wish to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is on my website, and a link to my website can be found in the description box down below. To all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements or just let them play in the background, thank you so much for that, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. But before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to my spirit team and your spirit guides for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. Thank you so very much. And I'm wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful rest of your day or night, depending on when you are watching. And until the next moment, bye-bye.